Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, jumping straight into it. AMC has been a killer for the last 5 days. Let's just be honest about it. So, I had no wanting of AMC until I saw it on my alerts. I had put it in my head, and sometimes if I don't set a physical alert. If I don't set a physical alert, what's up? If I don't set a physical alert, what happens is I set a mental alert to watch a stock at certain levels, and so that's pretty much what I did. You can look at the 1 year multi-day chart, and so I have different levels here. But I bought originally on the breakout here. At this is exactly when I bought it. Each level is kind of when I haven't added into this move. I've only added into the first two. I ended up getting my original position here when I saw a lot on the multi-day breakout. But of course, I also saw something on the original day here on Tuesday, which was, as you can see, it ended with a lot of volume. As the afternoon just kept growing and growing and growing, it ended with a lot of volume, and so that's when I got in my position here at 1567. I didn't get in on the initial breakout here at 14 or 15. Like I said, I'm not like an AMC person that's just AMC. I'm AMC because the price action and the pattern is showing me AMC. So I just been swinging calls. I have calls on this, and I've been swinging calls on AMC, allowing AMC to just run and run and run and run. Now my calls have been hit a long time ago. I had a 17 call right in here. I had an 18 call, and I even had a 19 call as well. So I had three different calls, and that's when I kind of spread my different um I spread my size onto those. And as I spread my size onto those, of course I end up making X, which is right now I'm up about 90. Let me check. I actually use E-Trade, so I use these guys for charting. I actually have I'm up about 100K ish on this trade, and I'll post it, of course. Yeah. But right now I'm letting it swing. I'm letting it work. And this is pretty much my thought pattern. Yesterday I said I thought it was going to actually consolidate, which means to simply just stay around a certain level, and I thought it was going to stay around this 18.76, really this 18.67 level. That's what I was thinking in my head. 18.67, even had that drawn out. But if you look here early this morning, forget the run up today, look at where it consolidated it. Right, as soon as it opened up, and now I'm on a different time frame, so I'm an hour behind. So I have it says 8:30, but it means 9:30 Eastern. So right around this level, right when it opened up, it came to this level, tried to test lower and consolidate, and I actually added right here as it was 1891. Is where I got my ads in around that area on another call for I think it was like 2021. I believe it's a 21 call, and I pretty much knew in my mind at least it can go to 20, right? And if it can go to 20, and a lot of people start to short early when they see a big drop like this. And I used to be like that a few years ago when I used to try to short stocks. I didn't understand volume and when it's sitting at a level and how it traps people. But this was a trap where it faked like it was gonna go, just go straight down early this morning, and then it tried to hold at this level. And when you start to see volume come in, if you're short, you got to get out. If you're doing puts, you got to get out. I bought this, added into my position on one of them. Really, I actually did it just another position, because remember I had 17, 18, and 19 calls, but guess what? Those calls were already hit. So I added, and what we see here is a pure squeeze play. People not understanding what a true squeeze is, and I can make it very simple. A short squeeze is when people who are short or buying the stock, when they buy the stock, or I call it buying, because I say you buy a voucher, And when you buy that voucher, you want to see the stock go lower. And if it goes any lower than where you have bought, where you have attained a voucher, I say that instead of buying, where you attain that voucher at, right? Then you can get money as long as it goes lower. But remember, you always have to turn in your voucher. And when you turn in your voucher, you're buying. And so when you're buying, that makes, just like when it has a big drop and then you see that big dip and come back a little bit, it's because people who are shorting or selling, short selling, they have to buy to cover their position. And so when they cover those positions, the stock price goes up. Well, if you're wrong and the stock is already going up and you have big buyers on top of buyers based on one, just pure intraday volume, breakout buyers who buy the breakouts, to the people who are holding the stock and allowing the stock to just keep going, and three is short sellers, but two is big because you have people who are buying this stock and taking shares away from the actual share the actual shares that are available. And when you take those shares off the market, now you're actually lessening the amount of shares that are available for everyone to trade. And once those available shares are shortened, what happens is now anything that's left, let's just say it's a million shares left. Now people are trading off those millions of shares left. And we know 90% of traders are buyers. So when they're buying, if there's more than 1 million shares worth of buying volume, the stock price is going to go crazy. And that's when you see the straight up action over these levels, multi-day breakout levels. If you look at the 20-year chart, you can see why I had these three levels here. It was simply because, hold on, give me a second. 20-year chart. All right. So it sounds crazy, and I know we usually don't go back that far, but the stocks usually don't go up this far either on stocks like this. So what you see is all of these are different areas on this chart that have some relevance. And if I look back, I'm looking back at levels that matter. Each and every level end up mattering at some point in the stock's career. So from the year 2014, you can see that this level, this level mattered, right? This 2331 level, and you saw how it was, trying to pushed past that, and it kept failing, and it kept failing right near this level, which also would seem to be a very big level as the stock is going up now, and it held support. And so the same thing with all these charts, these places on the chart where they literally meant something to the chart. They were a place of comfort or a place of resistance, and as the stock broke down, they were a place of resistance as each level that was tested, like this level here, smacked, right? And when it smacked under, this level here was showing as resistance. So it shows all the way through. And so now what we're looking at is we have a clear level of resistance that will be around 2740 that I'll be looking at very, very sharply. But the volume on this is picking up, so it's not like this stock is going down. It's going just like GME was and all those BlackBerry was in January. It's moving the same type of way where it traps shorts in the morning, and then it just keeps pushing. And that volume comes, and it's about a 500 million shares of volume. I think it's a little bit over 500 million. Not in a day. Give me a second to actually look at this again, because I know just this week it has had some crazy volume. Yeah, so just this week it's about, let me get to it. Yeah, it's over 5 billion shares. And now remember over here, I'm gonna tell you why it's so significant. And so right here we had over 1.2 billion shares. Now the difference was there were a lot more traders, and this became the norm of volume. This was the norm of volume. Once trading kind of settled back in from this big drop, what you see is a huge consolidation period where there's nothing like half a billion, 200 billion, 100. I mean, half a billion, 100 million, 200 million, or anything like that. You start to get very humble numbers. Everything under 100 million shares, even got as low as you can see 27 million shares. So that's letting you know that this is different than this volume. So if this volume reached, this peak like this, it wouldn't be the same because it's not the average, right? It's not what was going on. At that point, there was an average of like BlackBerry. If we go to BBBY, you can see BBBY again was, crazy. It had that was crazy volume all during this time, but now it's humbled. It's very humbled. There's many others, but I won't go to those. I want to stay with what we have in front of us. But it's just letting you know the difference in volume. So going back to AMC, AMC, it's allowing us to see that, you know what, this really is pushing and is actually holding these levels. As you can see, it's testing that level now. This is what I care about. I can care less about, the stock just going from here to 30, here to 35. I want to see it. Can it hold these levels? Is this going up crazy? Is it holding these levels? Because if it holds these levels, what can really happen is we get a chance to actually see this stock do the 30, 35, go near that 34, near that 34.70 ish career high. I'm just calling it a career high. So which is, we can see that in 20 years, I believe. But let's just do it in 20. Because I don't think the stock only goes back a few years. So yeah, let's just do this. So it was here, 34.58 is the high. So we definitely can see that within, a day. It's not even the end of the day yet. I think if this does hold this level, this key level that we see right here, hold on, that key level that we see right here, if it holds this level, it's now going to allow it to consolidate and say, okay, I really do want to hold this low. Even if it tests a little bit under and say, no, I'm holding. And then it starts to grow with volume again. We can see a push into the Friday, which we know is a really crazy day for buying stocks in a good way, because there's a lot of volume on Friday. So volume Friday, but Thursday right now we have a great setup that can allow us to be really, 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 really good. So that's my analysis. That's why I want to give you guys. But I definitely would love to see if this holds up. I definitely would. And I know some people want me to stay on here and keep talking. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. If you need any, want any help or just have any questions, I'm always available here in the room, or you can always message me. All right, love you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed